Thank you for staying with us on the newsroom. These are trending headlines we are tracking at this time. The federal government has elevated flood prevention to national security priority with the unveiling of a new anticipatory action framework on floods to shift the country's disaster management approach from reactive to proactive and coordinated early response. Vice President Kashim Shettima received the draft framework and consolidated budget on Wednesday at the presidential villa in Abuja, while emphasizing that disaster management must be approached as a matter of national security. He urged stakeholders to adopt a scientific and preventive mindset. On politics, the Osun State chapters of the All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party (PDP) have traded words over the aborted defection plan of Governor Ademola Adeleke. The APC said Adeleke was rejected because he would be a liability and would hurt the integrity of the party. Reacting, the Osun PDP chairman Sunday Bisi said the party would not join issues with the APC, adding that the people of Osun would decide and defend their votes in 2026. Still on politics, Nigeria's former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, says leaders of the opposition coalition will support anyone who emerges as the presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, for the 2027 general elections. Addressing newsmen in Port Harcourt, Rivers State capital, the two-term governor of Rivers State explained that the opposition leaders are optimistic that the process leading to the emergence of the party's flag bearer would be transparent, free and fair. And Senate President Godswill Akpabio and his deputy Barau Jibrin have expressed differing views over the screening of a former Senator Tijani Kaura before his confirmation as a board member of the South-South Development Commission. Speaking during plenary, Barau criticized the decision to subject Kaura to screening despite being a former senator. In response to Barau's concerns, now Akpabio acknowledged Kaura's impressive credentials but defended the decision to go ahead with the screening process. On business, the United States has exported more crude oil to Nigeria than it received for the first time in February and March 2025. The United States Energy Information Administration, EIA, has said. According to the EIA, during this period, refinery maintenance in the U.S. East Coast drove down U.S. demand for crude oil imports, including imports from Nigeria, and the Dangote refinery driving up Nigeria's demand for inputs, including crude oil it imported from the United States. And Thailand has launched airstrikes on Cambodian military targets on Thursday as Cambodia fired rockets and artillery, killing a civilian in a dramatic escalation of a long-running border row between the two neighbors. The neighbors are locked in a bitter spat over an area known as the Emerald Triangle, where the borders of both countries and Laos meet, and which is home to several ancient temples. Both sides blame the other for starting the fighting, which erupted near two temples on the border between the Thai province of Surin and Cambodia's Oda Minchi. And on sports, the United States has effectively barred transgender athletes from competing in women's sports at the Olympics, with a committee telling governing bodies they have an obligation to comply with an executive order signed by President Donald Trump. The U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee changed its eligibility rules on Monday to exclude biological men from women's events, with an update on its website confirmed in a letter to national sport governing bodies. And that's all on the newsroom. Thank you for watching, and join us later for our major bulletin.